The Wildcats were back at Rupp tonight trying to hang on to that undefeated status. We'll have highlights from the game.
I told my people at work if I had to buy a pair of snow skis, I was coming.
Drivers braved the snow and rain today, but the real challenge could come tonight once the temperatures drop and the rain freezes on the roads.
Another winter storm passing through the area today. It is about to wrap up out in eastern Kentucky where they're dealing with high water issues. Overnight, though, we could see some refreezing, meaning some slick conditions possible out there. We will track it hour by hour for you.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
We just can't seem to catch a break. Good evening, I'm Kristen Kennedy. After a week of snowfall, we got a little taste of everything today. Sleet, freezing rain, and more snow. And now we're turning our attention to a big drop in temperatures overnight, which could make the roads dangerous tomorrow morning. That's why it's a first alert severe weather day here at WKYT. And that's why we begin tonight with meteorologist Jim Caldwell. He's tracking what to expect overnight.
And it has been a very messy situation here the past several days, but today was kind of the cherry on top with everything we had thrown at us. Everything you mentioned, freezing rain, sleet, and snow all thrown into the mix. Tonight, though, our concerns are the rain out in eastern Kentucky and high water. That's the first one because we have active flood warnings out there. Then overnight, early tomorrow morning, black ice trying to show up as temperatures will begin to tank. Showers are light in nature from Pulaski County all the way out into West Virginia, covering up the Hal Rogers Parkway and parts of the Mountain Parkway as well. With that rain tonight. Picking up very healthy amounts so earlier today over the same saturated soil and of course the snow melting. All of these factors coming together have of course caused the issuing of flood warnings, and that's what we have in southern parts of Kentucky through 9:30 in the morning. Go out into eastern Kentucky again through 9:30. They'll look at this tomorrow and decide whether or not they're going to expand those warning times again. We're getting the trio of trouble. Heavy rain from today, snow melting, and then ice jams on waterways. That's where we're starting to see some of the more prevalent issues in southeastern Kentucky because the water just can't seem to flow through some of those creeks, streams, and some of those rivers, which will cause a little bit of backwash to go backward upstream and cause some of the waters to begin to spill over. So that's a concern that we have out there tonight. We'll take a closer look at what an ice jam really is and the 7-day forecast that has a lot more cold coming our way. That's coming up here in just a few minutes, Kristen.
Jim, road crews have been working around the clock trying to clear the roads. Now they're shifting their concern to those chilly overnight temperatures and possible freezing on the roads. Garrett Weimer continues our weather team coverage from Hamburg tonight. He's near Man and War Boulevard with the latest on conditions in Lexington. Garrett?
It's been a soggy Saturday, but now the sun is gone, and even though it's not raining anymore, it's actually gotten kind of foggy out as temperatures drop, and the roads that were just wet now could pose some problems for drivers. From rain?
Rained all the way here. Some slick spots, of course, you know, but we got here.
Well, the roads was slushy.
To worse. What earlier in the day was slush now is slick. All the water on the roads had nowhere to go.
Saw several cars in the ditches. There's one tractor trailer wreck up around 65, but you know traffic was still moving.
Now drivers out on the roads face what could be a tricky travel situation.
Just taking our time and trying to get home safely.
But after a week of bad winter weather, the wet roads didn't keep people cooped up.
Yeah, just kind of walking around in the slush and all that's a little annoying.
Not on Saturday, especially with the home game for the Cats.
I told my people at work if I had to buy a pair of snow skis, I was coming.
Crowds braved the weather at Rupp and other places across the city, but the real adventure could be the drive home.
Hopefully good weather all the way back.
If you have any plans to drive tonight, just be very careful and realize that what looks wet on the roadway very well could be black ice. Live in Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Garrett, thank you. A Central Kentucky Police Department has to find a new place to work tonight. The snow buildup, we're told, caused the roof to cave in at the Stanford Police Department. Mark Barber talked to officers starting the necessary repairs. He continues our weather team coverage from Lincoln County.
Stanford police officers aren't working out of their building right now. Instead, they say they are working out of their cruisers because the police department is flooded.
We've had all the snow and ice and rain that's come in on us. It's caused a leak.
Police Chief Zach Middleton says the water is still coming down, but the damage is already extensive.
We've had to move these bookshelves, bookcases, everything. We've had to move over.
In their place, trash cans are catching water from ceiling tiles, and tarps are covering equipment.
These are officers' workstations. This is where they had their computers, documents, everything they need to work when they come in here was in here, and it started coming in and coming down the walls. And
a couple computers are down. Not sure on their status, but pretty sure they're going to be out. Documents, we've got some documents that are out.
Middleton says their evidence room is still dry. As for the documents that were destroyed, he says fortunately they are all backed up.
It's very inconvenient for our officers and for the public. You know, this is where we come to. But we're the police. You know, we can't take a day off and we can't stop just because our building's gone. We got to keep rolling.
The police chief says it is still too early to put a dollar amount to the damage. Officers tell me they hope to start cleaning up and drying out the police department tomorrow. In Stanford, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Officers plan to work out of City Hall until their building is repaired. In Jackson County, crews are cleaning up after the roof at the courthouse collapsed. As you can see from this photo, there is some serious water damage. Judge Executive Shane Gabbard tells us the roof started leaking tonight. There is standing water throughout the building. They plan on bringing in crews tomorrow to clean up and to begin making repairs. The snow was also heavy enough to cause some roof collapses in Harlan County. This is one of two Dollar General stores where a portion of the roof collapsed. Workers believe the break in the roof happened around 11 this morning. Discount Carpet's roof also collapsed today. The business's owner says he's staying positive.
It's one of those things in life. You just got to take it as it comes, and Lord take care of us. So.
Several carports around the county buckled under all the snow, too. The judge executive is advising anyone with a car under a carport right now to move it to another location. Fire crews in Lexington have had their fair share of water main breaks this morning. Since midnight, firefighters say they've responded to more than 100 breaks. And as temperatures rose today, the number of breaks continued to rise, too. Firefighters say pipes burst on the third floor of the Lexington Center near Rupp Arena last night and made its way down to the food court on the first floor. Firefighters say the water main break calls took a major toll on their department.
Water cutoffs in this type of weather takes a great toll on the fire department. Ladder companies usually respond to take care of that. We have 7 ladder companies that cover the city of Lexington. We've put extra companies on duty just for water cutoffs because the amount of them is going to increase, especially by this afternoon, tonight.
Firefighters also say a lot of fire hydrants right now are covered in snow. They're asking people to take some time to clear off the snow around those hydrants in case they need to access them for a fire. Road crews say storm drains are packed with ice and snow right now, and all the rain is causing more buildup inside those drains. That could pose a problem for early morning drivers. In Jessamine County, emergency management leaders are very worried that some areas will flood.
If you have somewhere to be and then go, but be very careful and drive slow. If you don't have anywhere to be, just stay home. Enjoy your family.
Crews will run their snow plows and salt trucks until road conditions improve. Many drivers in southern Kentucky spent the morning dealing with slick roads. The freezing rain caused a lot of problems for drivers headed down I-75. Drivers battled rain, snow, and freezing rain. And for many, the Hampton Inn in London was a stopping point for those headed south.
Going to take it slow and see how the roads are. I see a few transports driving down I-75, so we're just going to take our time this morning.
The Laurel County Sheriff's Office did respond to several minor wrecks this morning. Deputies believe the slick road conditions played a role in those crashes.